Hi, this is David Newton speaking. Today's topic is preview seminar events. And what is your real focus on running a seminar preview event in your business? Today we're going to answer that question and several more. So hit that like button and let's jump straight into this topic. There's a truth that many business owners hold dear to their hearts, and that is that if they run some kind of a launch or some kind of a preview seminar event, that they're definitely going to get some sales at the back room at the end of it. Now, whilst that's true in a lot of cases, there are some cases there where people running these events get a very markedly smaller result and yet still believe that they're actually on a big success ticket in the process. I've seen some people run preview seminars, get as little as 2.5% and reckon they're on a really top wicket without really listening to or understanding any of the concepts involved, and appear to be doing it more for the glamour and the optics. I don't know which one are you, but I'd prefer to actually be running a seminar where I'm actually getting a particular goal in mind at the seminar, on the night, at the event itself. And that way I know where exactly I'm at. So what is the deal? Why is it that some people can run an event with 200 people and only make one ticket sale and then practically blow it for their sales team at the end afterwards because they said, oh no, these people will all buy later, versus that of some people who will run the exact same event for a high ticket sales seminar that they're trying to sell, and sell maybe 70 or 90 tickets at the night at the event itself. What's the big difference? Well, there are quite a lot of different factors involved in the whole exercise. And what I feel is probably one of the big contributors to the problem is accepting the status quo as it is. And that is, you've probably heard the old Pareto's law. You know, if you get 100 people in the room, 80% really won't listen to it and the other 20% will buy. And they believe that, well, if I'm only getting 10% or 20% of sales, obviously, David, I must be doing good, mustn't I? I mean, that is, after all, what everybody else is getting, aren't they? But is accepting the status quo really going to help you in the long run? Or are, in fact, you doing the heavy lifting for your competition over here and over here that are just waiting in the wings for you running your next event, so when the people come out of that seminar, they'll jump on the phone, they'll jump on the internet and Google your competition instead and buy from them? Is that what you're looking to do? Are you happy to continue that way? Let's first of all have a look at some of the different factors that make up an actual preview seminar. Now, a preview seminar has a lot of components, and unfortunately, the business owners that use a preview seminar tend to believe it all boils down to just them alone. They think that, okay, I'm the star of the show and I'm the best speaker in the house, and therefore I'm going to deliver this to get the results that I want to get. And they will not consider any of the other different components involved in it, which can be also their speaking ability, their ability to articulate their offer, even what their offer is, how the room setup actually is, where the actual seminar is held. Is it held at a high quality hotel, or is it held at maybe a local hall that looks a little bit tacky and got wooden floors and looks like it needs to have a carpet clean or something like that? There's a range of different factors, right down to the helpers that you have on the night that are standing by there to usher people to their seats, how long it takes between you filling up the room and getting a talk and getting that audience warmed up, right down to the people that you have and how they sign up for the offer right at the end of the night. When you're giving that talk, are they impressed by you? Is it that maybe they come up to you and want to connect with you as a speaker, but you're too aloof? There are so many different factors that make a difference between making a sale and not making a sale that it's virtually mind-boggling. But all of these components need to work in hand and together in order for you to make that sale. So you can't really diss this component or that component and leave it in isolation and say, oh no, it's this, or hey, maybe our follow-up team did that. There is so much involved in the evening alone that if you let those people go, they may very well give themselves an excuse by saying, well, I didn't need that product anyway. They don't have a plan for me. They don't actually have a buying set up for me. And there are all these different things here that you need to consider if you're going to increase those little percentages leading all the way to a sale in order for yours to work. So, what is the answer here? How do you increase the sales? And, by the way, how much money are you leaving on the table right now? I mean, like right now when you're running your next seminar event, how much money are you leaving on the table? What would be an ideal closing rate? Let me give you one figure as quoted by a lady called Lisa Sasevich, who I have a very high regard for because she teaches how to have the highest conversion rates that are available to seminar speakers. And the figure that she quotes is 86%. Now, wouldn't you like to have 86%? Where does that sit in your model of thinking the 80-20 rule that, okay, you have 100 people in a room, you're only going to sell 20% of them, and you'd be happy with that? I think Lisa Sasevich's figure of 86% blows all of that out of the water. And what it really communicates to me, that figure, is just how much people are in fact in the buying zone, as I call it, when they walk in that room. When they walk in that room, when they sit down, all of those components leading to that very moment, even before you utter your first words from the stage, all contribute to getting to that 86%. So I figure it's worthwhile having a look at what Lisa has to say about that particular thing. She often quotes a lot of speakers who are uneducated in the matters of running a preview seminar as that they have either highly pushy or high pressure tactics in order to achieve their result. And unfortunately, as a direct result of those high pressure tactics, they miss a lot of the potential that's in the room and wind up doing a lot of the work for their competitors just down the road who are running a similar seminar. So you actually do want to look clearly and closely at what you're actually doing, and to not accept the status quo, to be willing to take feedback all the way from your sales staff, your usher staff, your check-in staff on the night, all those components and all those people that are involved in it, to listen to it. The being willingness to scrutinize your own seminar speaking. Are you abusing the audience and tongue lashing them? Are you using profanity in order to coax them into making a sale? Are you delivering a speech which doesn't have the passion, or maybe too much passion? There are a range of different things there that could be improved in order to work with your niche and in order to achieve that result. And this is why it's worthwhile, in my opinion, not to accept the status quo and to work on improving your closing rate, which can be, as Lisa quotes it there, 86%. So, if you like this content, and I hope that you do, please look at these videos here that I've got available, and whilst you're here, spend some time looking at some more of my material, and remember to subscribe. And if you've got some ideas and so forth on how you'd improve getting to a higher closing rate, put those comments in the comments below about your experience with running preview seminars.